Yeah, this that season 2. Willing and able, talking to him. Yeah, you in the room. This that season 2. This that season 2. Willing and able, this that season 2.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's your boy here, Willing&Able here, back with another one. And today, I got a big announcement, man. So, let me tell you how good my God is. Let me show you how good faith works. So, if you know me, then you know me. I haven't had a car at all. Whoo! I haven't had a car ever in my life. And I'm going to tell you, man, God is so good because I've been looking, online for a couple weeks. And I just been, I ain't going to lie, just been in my head like I got to get a car, or just thinking about, getting a car, and just been thinking about how my first car going to be. And I tell you, that story right there, this is going to be a wild one. So get your popcorn ready. So it started like 3 days ago. I went out to look for a car. I honestly don't know why. I just had the urge, to go look for cars. And I went, and I looked for cars, and I remember my barber, one of his friends works at the dealership. So I got him a call. I was like, hey, your friend still work at the dealership? He was like, yes. So, I connected with him, and he connected me with somebody else. And all I'm gonna say with that story is, it just didn't work out. I got some knowledge from the man, who was trying to sell me a car. But it just didn't work out. He tried to, run my credit again. And I'm gonna just be honest with you guys, and this could help somebody. When you go to a car dealership, do not let them folks run your credit like that. I understand if it's like one maybe two times, but two you really pushing it. But don't do it because it drops your credit score. I'm gonna come close to the camera. Do not to do it, okay? Um, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna run my credit again. And man, let me see how it worked. So I went back home that day, and I was like, man, should I run my credit? Should I run my credit? I called people, and I was like, hey man, I need some wise counseling. So, I called my homeboy, Ben. He was like, man, no, don't do that, don't do that. I talked to one of my coworkers. She was like, oh no, baby, don't do that, don't let him do that. And it's crazy because Ben ended up sending me 4 videos of why it's saying about don't allow to excuse me, don't allow the dealership to run your credit like that. So I was like, okay. And then he was like, take your time, I was like, okay, God, that's you. So I went back the next day because you got to have faith, but you also have to seek it. You have to go out there and get it. You got to go out. You just can't sit there and think God's just gonna bloop it in your lap. I mean, he God, but you know you just gotta go get it. And I went back to the dealership the next day, and I was in there, and someone's like, call my pastor. So I was like, okay. I called my pastor. I talked to him about it, and he was like, keep seeking. And I legit, he prayed over me, and I got the car. And I was talking to the man again, same man I was talking to, and he pulled around, um and he put around with a car, and he was like, this is worth 95,000 miles on it. I said 95. What, bro? Like that? I was like 95,000 miles. I was like, oh no, ma'am. I was like, no sir, no ma'am, no ham, no salami, no turkey, no. And it was like I forgot what year it was, but I was like, no, I'm not finna do that. And next thing you know, man. Oh, I gotta tell you something again. So, the first time I went, I don't know how I forgot to tell you this, but the first time I went, when I told you he was trying to run my credit, it legit was a car that he was trying to get me in, but he didn't know if I was gonna get approved for the credit. Tell me why. The next day I was still looking at cars, and I seen the exact same car, you know, that he was trying to sell me. And he ended up, telling me something he shouldn't have told me. So 'cause when I went back to him, I was like, this the same car you was trying to sell me. I was kind of excited that, it wasn't that much. So I was like, okay. I told him, and he was like, yeah, but do you see the miles on there? I was like, in my head, I was like, so you were trying to sell me this by running my credit to get this. And remember when I told you it was 95,000 miles for the other car? Yeah, the other one he was trying to sell me was more than that. So I was like, just be careful out there, man. I'm trying to gather my words, but just be careful out there. Like, just be careful. And I'm not saying the dude was a bad dude. He was a great man. He taught me some stuff. Like I said in the beginning, it just didn't work out. But you got to be cautious when you going into elements or industries that you don't know about. Because they know little tricks to get you. But at the end of the day, he had a job, and I understand it. And my job is to know what not to do, not to fall into those traps. But man, let me get on with the story, so I can say how the Lord blessed me. So I was giving up faith. I was giving up faith at that point because I had already went to a dealership previous to, that one, and it didn't work out there either. So I'm like, man, I was mad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was mad, heated. When I tell you heated, I was hotter than fish grease. And I legit, I legit just was like, at this point, I'm finna go home. I'm finna go home. And I was like, you know what? I'm not finna give up. I was telling my dad, I'm not finna give up. And I was telling my mom, I'm not finna give up. I can't give up. I gotta do what I gotta do. So, I'm calling this other dealership. They hung up the phone on me. The other dealership said they finna close. They are already closed. I'm like, man. And another dealership, we was trying to call. They didn't pick up the phone. So I was like, Dad, let's just go to this dealership. And this is what the Lord showed that. So you go to the other dealership, and we can't find out how to get in at all, like at all. So I was like, okay, we see it, but we can't get to it. It was like a wall because we cannot get to it. When I say wall, it's not an actual wall. It's like an invisible wall. We could not find out the entrance to get into this dealership. So I was like, man, let me GPS this. My GPS went insane. Like, it was rerouting, it was doing everything. I was like, what's going on with my phone? Like, this never happened. So my dad ended up taking another road. I was like, where you going? He was like, I know it's something back here. I know it's something back here. So I get to that dealership that my dad found. Cause the other one, we couldn't even find the other one. So my dad found it. And um we get there, nobody was in there. I got seen. The lady who saw me was amazing. Shout out, you know who you are, but amazing. And I was just like, wow. And she was like, I got something for you. She was like, I got this, and this. And I was like, ooh. So she was like, I got this for you. Here we go. So, I went to the car, and the car was like brand new. Like brand new. It was used, but it was brand new, basically. And I saw it, I was like, man, excuse me. I was like, man, this car is amazing. So, I legit went to go inside of it. I looked at it. It's amazing. It's a great car. I test drove it. And I was like, yeah, this the one. This is the one. This is the one. It had the backup camera like I wanted it. Um, this is the one. And I went to. Ooh, I'm getting kind of emotional because like, God's been so good to me, bro. Like, God really been so good. Like, y'all don't understand like what I went through, man. And I went to the bank the next day. Now, I did all that process, and then during that process, the devil tried that little ugly dude. He tried me. He was trying to make it all complicated in the bank and stuff like that. And I had to end up spending some money. But hey, like my mama and my dad said, this is sacrifice, man. You got to make sacrifices. Now you an adult, and it was a great sacrifice. I end up spending some money, but you know that car probably never happen again in my lifetime because the lady who, who saw me at the dealership where I got a car from, she said, I've been here for 14 years. And well, in the industry for 14 years. I never seen anything like this. Like that car was like a blessing. Like God literally sent that car down here. Because the lady was saying that car legit came in Wednesday. And I thought about it. I was like, dang, that was yesterday. And that was just for me, and I ended up getting the bank stuff situated, and I ended up going back, got the car, brought it home. Amazing. Like God showed out. So if anybody out there, want something or need something, I'm put like that. Anybody that have been needing something for a long time, like a car, an apartment, or a house, just keep faith. When I tell you, when you least expect it, it's gonna pop up. Because think about what I said earlier. I just randomly decided to go look at cars, and it ended up being a different car than I even originally wanted. I never would have thought I would get the car that I got, but I'm truly blessed, and I love that car. I love that car. That's my baby right there. Man, when I least expected it, it happened because I told you I was mad, I was frustrated, and that's when the car came. So, my advice to you, anybody out here looking for a house, apartment, or even a first car, even a car in general, keep the faith, keep going to God, keep seeking, going out there looking. Don't let nobody discourage you. Like, why you keep looking, because that's when your blessing come in. Keep looking. You just can't sit there. You got to keep looking, man. You just got to go by faith and like, hey, I'm gonna get this car, I'm gonna get this apartment, I'm gonna get this house. Just keep looking. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope y'all have a blessed, positive, and a productive day. Remember to keep that faith and trust in God and believe in God. Peace!
This that season 2. This that season 2. Willing and able. This that season